Good day and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll be showing you step by step everything you necessarily need to know about the Pixellab application as a beginner before you start to design using the Pixellab software. Let's get straight into the Good day and it's time. Let's begin. So the first thing you can see on this software, this application, is that before I go to that, for those of you that haven't come across this application before, so I would like to show you the icon. Yes, this is it. Okay, sorry. In case this is your first time of coming across this app, this is what it looks like. Can you see this? This is it, Pixellab. So that is the software we'll be using for today's tutorial. So let's get back to the video. Okay, we have this now. So let's just clear it. This is default. Alright, this is what I just clicked. I just clicked this. So this is default. Alright, so let's begin. The first thing you can find here is my project, and you can see that here, my project. My project. So if you click on my project, this will show you the list of the designs you've done using this particular application. So if you come to my project here, the only thing you see here are the designs you've actually made on this application with your smartphone. So these are the list of designs I've made for people, for myself, and for brands. So you can see them here. I used my smartphone to make them. Alright, so whenever you make your designs, you can always save as project or as image. So if you save your design as a project, then you have it here, and you'll be able to re-edit whenever you want to re-edit it. So you can see this now. I made this using this Pixellab application. You can see all the layers. So we are not there yet. Let's get back to work. So let me go to default. So once you open your application, this is the first thing you are going to see on the application software. This is the first thing you're going to see. So when you go to my project, being the first thing on this place, you will see this. All right. So now, before I leave here, let me just show you very quickly the works of these three things: this, and this. All right. So the first one here, which is .plp. PLP simply means you saving. This is a file document. This is a file document. Let's say you are working on a project, then you can't finish it, and you want to transfer that same project to another designer to finish it for you. Then you can always save it as PLP. You can see if I click PLP, it will take me to my file. That is, which PLP folder do I want to open? You get the gist. So this PLP is majorly used for you to save your designs for another person to use. Yes, you can actually. So if you see people that are selling their designs for other designers, this is what they do. They save their designs as PLP file. Then if you transfer your design for me as a PLP file, I'll be able to edit it. You know, it is different from me saving it fresh or saving as image. I'll be able to re-edit that same design. That's what PLP does. But as we work together on this journey, you will get to know more about the PLP saving and all. And the one here, this is just the arrangement of your save. Let's just check it out. So we have date descending. That is the last design I made on this application is this. This is my last design on this application. Then this is date descending. That is the last one will be at the top. You get the gist now. If you put it as date ascending, then let's just try it out. Date ascending. So the first design I made on this application will come to the top. Let's check it out. Let's see how good I was then. So you can see this was the first design I made on this application. So if you click this now, you can see name descending. Name, that is, this will be in the approach of the name you actually use to make the design. So let's check out name descending. You can see we have WWVVUTSP. Name, the start is name descending. Name ascending, then it starts from, you can see 1 2 3 from it started from numbers, then A, stuff like that. So let's just take it back to the normal how it's supposed to be. Alright, that's that. And if you click here, it will bring you back to your normal page. Alright, this is your project, and if you click this check mark here, it will bring you back to the normal Canva. So let's just click our default. and it will bring us to a new page. I hope you understand that. So this is this space you are seeing where you can actually make your design is called Canva. So this is your workspace. This is your workspace. All right, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about all the default templates we have here. You can always use them, but then I don't use it. All right, so I don't use it. But this app, we always try their best to prove to you that they want to help you to grow on this particular app. Well, I don't use all these, but they are good. They are good. You can always play around it anytime you have the time. You can always play around it. You can play around it. So you can see what we've got here. So you can play around this whenever you feel like. But then I don't use it at all. And if you click this white space, then your canvas will be a white color. You get the gist now. So let's just put it at default. This is the default. All right, so what we are moving next to now is test. So before then, I would like to tell you the works of this 4 thing. How many are they? These five objects. So the first one here is where we have my project and the default theme at which Pixellab has made available for you. So the next part here deals with test. You get me? This next part that you can see here deals with anything concerning text. That is this. Anything concerning text, you can always try them out here. Anything concerning text, you can try them out here. And this place is works majorly on objects, and there are some tools here that you can actually play with. All right, here we have sticker, here we have import, draw. We are coming to that, so I don't want to jump fence. All right, I just want to tell you the works of these 5 elements here. All these 5 elements here. So right here we have this, and this works with background. This works mainly on background. Once you are here, anything you are doing on this page will show effect on your background. It will only show effect on your background. And the last thing we have here is this. This also works on background, mainly on background. So now let's get back to work. We are here. So now let's say you don't have any text. So once you come to this A part, the first thing you can see here is text. You can see that here, text, then quote. We have text, then quote. If you click on text, this plus text, then it will bring out something like this for you, and you will have more options. That is what you can actually do with this text will be shown here, being the text aspect. You get the gist now. So it will show here being the text aspect. So let's go. Let's say you want to type anything into this text. You can either double tap, you double click it, and it will bring you here where you can actually edit anything. Let's just put something tutorial. Okay, so we have this. It is either you double tap or you click this pencil icon. All right, you get me now. So it is either you double tap or you click this pencil icon. We are still coming back to this. So is that you click here and edit your text, or you double tap it, then you will have to add your text that way. All right, the next thing here is delete. You can see that here we have delete here, which is same thing with the delete that we have here. All right, the delete that we have here is the same thing as the one we have here. So we have this text now. We are on this text. If I click on delete, then it's gone. So you add your text back. Okay, so we have this. So if you click on the delete that is here too, it is still the same thing. It is still deleted. So here we have copy. You know what copy simply means? Then if you want to duplicate a text, I told you this part is mainly focusing on text. So you can always copy your text and you have something like this. All right, you can copy your text and you have something like this. So let's delete this using this one. So you see, it's still the same thing. All right, it's still the same thing. Alright, so what we have next here is these two command. You can see them here. These two command, we have to front and to back. These two command here, we have to front and to back. What these two things does is that you can either use them to bring your text to the front or take your text to the back. So what do I mean? Let's give this a color so we can easily identify them. So let's duplicate, we copy. All right, so let's change the text. Let's change this to YouTube. Okay, we have YouTube, and we have, let's copy again, we have subscribe. So we have these three text here now. So you know, it was subscribe that I wrote last. That is the subscribe will be at the top. Okay, so if you click it now, to give it a difference, let's give them different colors. Let me give the subscribe white, let me give the YouTube, let me give it a yellow color. So we have something like this. So you don't need anybody to tell you that the subscribe is on top of everything. So what these two command does is that this to front and to back, we are here now, to front and to back. So if you click on to front, it will take your text to the extreme front, and if you click on to back, it will take your text to the extreme back. So for you to get what I'm saying very well, let's go to our layers. This is our layers here, for you to see the object you've brought into your canvas, that is into your design. So we have this, we have the YouTube at the top now. You can see YouTube here, you can see YouTube here. We have the YouTube at the top. So if you click on, so the YouTube's at the top now. If you click on to back, you can see your YouTube is now here. Your YouTube is now here. You get the gist now. Your YouTube is now there. And if you click on, let's click on subscribe and click on to front. It will bring subscribe to the extreme front. But then if you want to bring it in between, you can always you can always shift them with this dot here. These dots that we have here, you can always use the dots to move everything, every object you have inside your design. So we have something like this. You grip it, you hold this dot here, you hold it, then you drag. You get the gist now. So we have subscribe. You can always use it to drag to the center or to the top. I use this a lot. Instead of me typing to front or to back, I just drag directly. You get the point now. Alright, so let's delete it. Okay, sorry, let's bring in a test so that we can use it for today's tutorial. So let's type tutorial. Okay, so we have this. So after to front and to back, we have position. You can see that here. We have position. So what this does is that it helps you to actually maintain your lane while you want to position your text. It helps you to maintain your lane when you want to position your text. That's what this particular function is all about, position. So you can always increase and decrease here. So let's say you want to move it slightly or gently. You can see the way it's moving. I'm currently tapping it, I'm bringing it down already, but it's moving gently. But you can always increase the speed by just dragging this line here. Just drag through it. So if you increase it to 20, then it moves even faster. You can also reduce it to 10. You can take it to any direction. You get the gist now. So that's the function of that. The next thing we have here is relative position. What this does is that it gives your work some alignment. Let's say I want to bring this text to center. You know, we have two different types of center here. We have one like this and we have one like this. So that's the work of this relative position. So if I want to bring it to center now, I can click here to bring it to center. And if I want to take it to the side, I can either click this side to the top. I can click here and to bring it down I can click here. You get it? So if you click on this now, it will bring it to the center. I just clicked this, so it will bring it to the center. And if you click on this, it will also bring it to the center. You get it? This is to the side, this is to the other side, this is to the top, and this is to bring it to the down. So let's bring it back to center. Just click this two, it will position it to the center. Once you click this two, it will position it to the center. So that's the work of that. And what we have next on our list is size. What this does is only to to increase and decrease the size of your text, which you can also do using this particular side. You can also do that increasing it using this button here. You can also increase it using this button here, this one here. You can also increase it using this button here. So what we have next on our list is padding. Yes, padding. This is majorly used for text that is not showing completely inside of this. What do I mean? When you use a script font, let's use for example, let's check out some script fonts here. Okay, I'm coming. Script. Okay, let's use this. So you can see this now. Some part of this text is not showing. Come here, just check this angle. You see that some part there is not showing. It's as if the text is cut out already. So that's when you need the padding function, so that it can show every part of the text. So if you increase the left padding, so just watch closely. If you click on the plus sign, then you increase the left padding. So you can see it gives it some space somewhere around here. It gives it some space. And when you come down here, the right padding, you can also increase it. And you can see that we have the whole of the text now. So just look at it before. We have something like this. The text is not showing fully. So once you come to padding, you can increase padding. Let's increase padding, the left padding to 15. Okay, so we have this. So you will increase the right padding too, so that the L can show very well. Increase it to 15. So you can see we have everything on this text now. So let me tell you something very quickly. Once you are using this padding, make sure you use the same size for the both. If you use 15 here, make sure it is 15 that you use here, in case of your relative position. We have this here now. If I want to position this, I can easily do like this, and it will give me a balanced positioning. But the moment you have, let's say you added 10 padding here and you added 15 padding here, then the alignment won't be very much correct. You get me? The alignment would be very much correct. So the next thing we have here is we have color. This is our color. You know what color does already. You can just pick your color randomly. You get it now. So you can pick colors here. So, and you can also, if there's a color you want to pick, you can also use this plus sign to get more colors. All right, so you can play around this. Yes, this is color. You can always use it to choose color for your text. Note, we are under text currently, so you use this to choose color for your text. Colors for your text. So you can see that now. So okay, let me show you something very quickly. Let me just bring in something into my design. Yeah, I'll still show you how to import images into your design. I will show you. So let's say we have something like this. I want to show you the function of a color picker. So we have something like this in our design, and on this text I want this color, the color of this emoji, to be showing on my text. What I will do is that I'll come to color, click on this plus sign here, then I will choose this color picker. The function of this is that you use it to pick colors of objects that are on your design. Just stay with me very closely. You use this particular function here to pick colors on your design. So for example, if you click on it now, it will bring you to your canvas here. But then what you want to choose the color, is here. You get my point? So you just click it, then you can always pick any color from here using this color picker tool. You get the point now? So if I put the color here, I will have a black color, but I want to use this color here, this. Or instead, if you look closely, you can see something like a brown color at the top of the teeth here. I can also pick that. Wait, okay, you just need to position your color picker tool to that direction and you pick it, and we have the color here. You get my point now? So, and down here, if you check down here, we have our text. If you don't want to if you don't want everything to have the same color, you can always break them here. You can see that my T is having a different color. Just try to this is the function I'm currently working with here. So you can always play around this and just give your text different color if that is what you want. If that is what will work best for you, you can always do this to give your text different colors. Alright, so you get the gist now. So that's that about that. So let's talk about gradients. We have two types of color here. We have the normal color and we have gradients. Let me just log this. I'm still coming there. We have the normal color and we have gradients. Gradient simply means you adding two colors on one object. So get this straight. Adding two colors to one particular object. That is what gradient does. So if you come to gradient now, you can always pick your colors here. You can see this is having two colors. That's what gradients does basically. So I think I forgot to tell you something here, but as we are going now, so as we continue with the tutorial, you get to know what I'm talking about. So you click the plus icon and then it's time to give it color. So now click on the plus icon and then you can add two colors to your object or shape, text, anything at all you want to give colors to. So here we have some templates here that you can always follow. We have some templates here that you can follow. So this is the first one. You can see this. So you giving this a different color, same as this part, a different color. So you can always give the two parts a different color. So we have this template here, we have this, and we have this. All right. So if you want to give the first part a color, which is this is the this is where you can always pick colors for each segment, each part. So if you want to give this part a color, which is this, you click on this, then you click on color. This is color here. You get the gist now. You click on this and you give it a color here. So let's give it a color. So let's give it a yellow color. So we have a yellow color now. And if you want to give this other part a color, which is this part, you can see the color has changed, which is this part. You do the same thing. You click here, then you click your color picker, this color picker, then you choose it, and then you can always change your color to anything you feel like. Alright, so we have something like this. Can you see this? And if you want to change the direction of this, you can always change it using this template here. The templates at the top here. This applies to anything you want to do on Pixellab. Choosing color, this applies to it. Alright, so you can always choose your colors here. You can see, so you get the point now. And if you think the templates they are giving you is not what you actually wanted, you can always control them clicking here or here. You can control them clicking either of the 2 points. So doing this now, let's control it. Choosing the first point, you can see I can decide to just put this here and bring this up a bit. So you get the gist now. I can decide to use this, but note this applies to text because we are in the text aspect. So that's what the color gradient is all about. That's what the color gradient is all about. And very quickly, let me show you something. You might necessarily want to give it a transparent color. This is this will give you the color you choose. You get me? So if you want to make your color darker, you use this second part. Let me show you. This will show you the color you just picked. The second part, you can use it to edit the color, that is whether you want it to be darker or you want it to be light. You get the gist now. You know, this only applies to you making it darker. This applies to you making it lighter. And if you want it to be transparent, you are not giving it any color, then you use this one here. You get it? The last one is for you to make it transparent. The one at the middle is to make you you can always use the one at the middle to make it darker, and the first one at the top to make it lighter. So you just take note of those 3 points. So now if you increase this, the color, the red color will become lighter. You can see that it will become lighter, and if you increase this, it will become darker. You get the point? And if you increase this one down here, if you increase it, then there won't be any color there. You can see this is transparent. The down part is transparent, and that's because we didn't put any color. So as we continue to make use of these tools, you get to know more about them. Alright, so I don't want to waste much time in this particular tutorial. That's why I'll be making it very short. Alright, so the next thing we have here is texture. You can see that here, texture. What texture does is that it helps you to bring in the texture helps you to bring in objects into your text. Let me change this font so that you can get my point very well. Let me just change it to anything, something bold. You get. So let's see this. So this texture now, it can help you to bring in image into your text. For example, let's try it out. Once you click on texture, if you want to bring in an image into your text, you click on this image icon, then it takes you to your file. Alright, so from here now we can bring in image into our, so let me just pick one image here. So I want to put this into my text. I'm just trying to just to readjust and all. So I will still tell you the function of all this as we continue in this tutorial. So let's bring in. So you can see the image I just picked has entered into my text. So that's the work of the texture. And if you think this the image we brought into the text is not showing pretty well, you can always scale it. This is 100% scale. You can always, if you want to zoom it, you can see the picture is zooming. You can see if you want to reduce it to show multiple times, you can always do that, but it's very preferable to put it at the scale of 100. Put it at the scale of 100%. And if you want to maintain the ratio, that is, sometimes if you notice this image I brought into the text, it is showing 2 times. You might not notice, but it is showing 2 times. So if you want to maintain the ratio, you can just click on this maintain ratio. You can see maintain ratio here. So you enable it here. Get my point? You enable maintain ratio here, then it will add. Sometimes it might have to distort the image you actually brought into the text. It might have to distort it. Get the point? But then just put it at the scale of 100. It depends on you. All right, it depends on what you want and what you actually want to bring out from that particular design. All right, so that's all about texture. And you can always delete your image if you think it's no more relevant or you don't need it anymore. You can always delete the image here. Alright, so we have our color back. So the next thing we have here is opacity. Opacity is mainly used for you to reduce the brightness of your text. Being this on this aspect, it applies to you reducing the brightness of your text. You can see it is fading out. So if you want to reduce the brightness of objects, text, pictures, anything at all, this is where you come to opacity. Then you can always reduce it. So you have the shadow effect shadow. You can enable it or you turn it off, but I don't actually work on that. But you can always, if you think it's what you want, you can always use them. But I use this opacity tool a lot of time, so that you can actually use it if you don't want an object to fight for attention on your design. Just reduce the way it shows, that feel. It will give it a different feel. All right, so that's what the opacity does. And the next thing we have here is rotate. We have rotate. You can always rotate your text from this aspect, which you can also do by just clicking here. You can see this. You can also rotate your text by just clicking, by just handling this by just touching this handle. You can always rotate your text. All right, so the next thing we have here is mask. Yes, I use this a lot. I use this mask tool a lot, but mainly on on objects like image, or I use it on image, and I also use it on shapes. Yes, you can actually use them on shapes. So it depends on you, it depends on what you want, but you can actually mark things using this particular tool. But as we journey together in this particular journey, yeah, you'll get to know more about all these tools as we try them out on different flyers and all right. So don't let us waste much time on that. The next thing we have here is fonts. I believe by now you should know what fonts are. Fonts are just the text style. They are the text style that you may want to use for your design based on your project, based on what you want. All right, so we have a lot of them here. So these are the fonts that I imported to this particular software. Yes, I imported all this into the software, so you can always play around it, you can always play around them. So let me just bring this down. Okay, so here we have our fonts. We have my font. What is my font? You can see the font that you bring into the application itself, and in our subsequent videos I would make a video on how you can actually import fonts into your Pixellab application. All right, so and if you come to recent, this will show you the recent fonts you've used. On the default one, these are the fonts on the default one, that is the one you meet on the application itself, and part of the ones that you bring in yourself, they are stored here. You can see them recent, under recent. We're under recent now, but if you come to my fonts, you can actually see all of the fonts that you brought into the application. All right, so that's what that is about. And the next thing we have here is style, and this style is basically talking about, we have the bold. You can use it to bold your text, so you can see the difference now. You can see that the thing become even more bold. You can use it to bold your text. You can give it an italic feel. You know what italic is by now. You can give it an italic feel, or you underline. All right, you underline your text, so you can see what we have now. But if you think these are no more relevant to you, you want to cancel them, just click on this. All right, if you just click on it, all the things that you've actually put on the design will be out. And if you think it is just some part of the text that you want it to have, those fields, you can always adjust them here. If you want only the T to be bold, you can just come here and drag and bold the T alone. You get the gist. All right, so that's that about that. The next thing we have here is curve. You can always use this to curve your text. You can use it to curve your text on this particular application. You can use this to bend your text, and this is actually cool if you know how to use it well. This will actually make your design pop. All right, so that's that about that. So I think I don't want this video to be too long, but then I think I just have to break it down here. I've mentioned majority of the things I'll be mentioning subsequently on this video. All right, so I've mentioned majority of them, but then let's just finish the text aspect. Can we be able to finish? Okay, I just think I need to make a part 2 of this particular tutorial. I don't want it to be too long. All right guys, see you in the next video tutorial. Bye for now.